This is Jackie, and she needed a glam up. And boy, did we do it. We started off with PROMETIC CC cream. So this is a light to medium coverage foundation, and I lightly put it on her skin, not in a heavy way. So many times when we age, we think we need more, but we don't. Less is best. Then I'm adding some concealer. This is a MAC concealer. I put it on with my fingers. I'm a huge fan of using your fingers with concealer. It warms the product on your skin in such a beautiful way, and makes it a part of your skin, so it looks really natural. Next, I add a little highlight. She's got a bit of darkness in this, right in the corner of her eye, as so many of us do. So I wanted to pop it a little bit more. So I put some highlight right in there with my finger, and it looks really pretty. Next, I'm using a brow pencil. So we're going to really put some lip color on Jackie, as you saw in the introduction. So to do this, we really need to fill in her brows. So I'm using a color called Silver Queen by PROMETIC. I love this color. If you have gray in your hair, it is a really nice color. It really goes well with her hair. And I'm filling it in carefully. I don't want it to look lined, like it's fake. I want it to look very real, but at the same time filled in and polished. And I think we achieved that with this particular color. Next, I'm using a little brow gel just to get her eyebrows to go up a little higher. I want her eyes to really open up. We're going to do a really strong eyeshadow look, so I want her eyes to be very refined looking. Next, I'm putting some contour just to add some shape and definition, because when you do foundation, it can easily flatten out your features. So I'm using that just on her top of her forehead, under her cheekbone, and then under her chin as well. And I use a brush by Merit called brush number 1. I really love this brush. It's a flathead brush that's a bit stiff, which is wonderful for blending creams. It works great, as you can see. Next, I'm adding some eyeshadow. So this is a palette I already had by Jane Iredale, and I needed a good base. So because we're doing more of a dramatic look, I wanted to add a warm tone, slightly darker than her skin tone, in a neutral brown all over her lid. And as you can see, I'm using a circular motion to apply it. So this is the trick to applying this, so it looks really smooth, kind of like a wash all over her lid. And she has Asian eyes, so we really want that to be a solid wash all over the top. Next, I'm adding an eyeshadow called Print, which is a lovely charcoal color. And I'm doing a very similar motion with the brush. With this particular color, again, the circular motion, but I'm keeping it a lot to the outer edge of her eyes, you can see, sort of like the outer V, but not really a V. It's more of a softly blended outward to pull her eyes up and out. And I use it all over her lid. And the trick to this is just go back over it again and again and again until it looks how you want. So you really are layering, but you're just going at it slowly. I think this is such the trick, or the key to doing more dramatic eyeshadow looks, is just to blend and blend and blend until you're happy. And then I use the exact same color underneath her eye, because she needs that color all around her eyes. Next, I'm using Revant. It's an eyeliner brand that I am such a big fan. The colors are very saturated, very strong. They're waterproof. They hold up. I use the Revant. They have I think 5 different colors. This is the black, and it's a fantastic black, really beautiful, strong black. And Jackie can pull off black because of her hair. So as you can see, I'm adding it between her lashes. I just, again, go at it slowly, just work at it until it looks how I want it to look. It doesn't need to be perfect because I am going to be blending it in. So I'm not as concerned with that, but what I want to be sure I do is really get it tight to her eye. And that's what takes a little work. So then I add a blender brush, and I just kind of, again, slowly go at it because I want to soften it and have it extend a bit up. And I also don't want any lined look. I don't want it to look like a liner. I just want it to look softly blended. So you just have to work at it slowly. It does take a little time, but the end result is really beautiful. Next, I'm adding a violet right next to her eyeliner just to pop her eyes a bit more and add some color, because these colors are very neutral, so I wanted to add some color to it. Next, I'm adding PROMETIC's mascara. I love this mascara. It's a great brand, and I'm adding it just to thicken up her lashes. You could also curl your lashes if you wanted to, or add fake lashes. I decided just to do mascara today because this mascara definitely lengthens, thickens, really makes her lashes look beautiful. Lastly, I grabbed the very bright kind of a cherry red lipstick. I think this looks great. I could have also gone for a blue red as opposed to a cherry, but I decided on on a cherry, and she was so excited because she never wears this kind of a color. And I think on her coloring, it absolutely popped. Just beautiful. What a gorgeous color for her skin tone. To keep her lipstick looking polished and on her lips, I added some Beat lip liner. This is a matte color just to frame it. I actually could have pulled it out a little bit more, I think, but in any case, I think it looks really pretty. Lastly, some copper tone blush, a warm blush. I could have also gone with slightly rosy, but I think the warm works really, really beautiful. And this is the end result. Be sure to subscribe, and thanks for watching The Beauty Shaman.